Hi there, how you doing today? Craigie Bizzle, Craigie B, and I'm going to be presenting on my project for World Religions. Okay, so first off, my religion. My topic was Buddhism meditation, mindfulness, and its effectiveness for stress management and relief. So obviously you can tell from that the religion of my project was based on Buddhism. So I chose this topic because I have always been interested in the religion, especially the practice of meditation. I have used meditation many times as a form preparation for competition in Taekwondo. So I've done that a lot. Okay, so the thesis. In this paper I intend to take a deeper look into the practice and its application in the medical field, and why it is a better option in some cases in place of more traditional medical approaches. So, when it comes to describing how the religion approaches my topic, Buddhism, along with Hinduism, are religions of which meditation and mindfulness originate from. The exercise plays a central role in both religions and is heavily involved in the practice of these religions. Whereas other religions may include this exercise as a small practice, it seems to be present in some shape or form in the majority of religions. When you think about reflection and stuff like that, you know. Alright, so what is the topic? Once again, the topic is Buddhism meditation, mindfulness, and its effectiveness for stress management and relief. So it's definitely very much focused on mindfulness, which is the practice of being aware and alert at the present moment without judging, while you focus only on the here and now and not the past or the future. It is said to be effective in dealing with stress, tension, anxiety, and pain. And that quote was taken from Stress Management, Mindfulness Relate Clinical Education. Alright, so when considering what the important points about this topic are that one should know, this topic has undergone an extensive amount of research over the years in an attempt to understand why it is so effective and how it can be utilized in other religions and walks of life. From this study, a number of therapies, medicines, and treatment plans have been devised to help individuals live healthier and happier lives. A term that has stemmed from this research is secular mindfulness, and this was I found this in a paper, an article written by Tessa Watt from Contemporary Buddhism, Spatial Awareness in Mahayana Buddhism and its role in modern mindfulness. She mentions that both MBSR and MCBT, which is mindfulness cognitive behavioral therapy, which are both are practices which are adaptations of meditation in the medical field. Right, continuing about the important point, so MSBR, which is the other one, is mindfulness-based stress reduction, and is a form of complementary medicine based on the concept that people can live healthier, happier lives by increasing awareness of their own mind and body. And that came from the Gale Encyclopedia for Alternative Medicine. This practice was founded by Jon Kabat-Zinn, and who also founded the Stress Reduction Clinic, which is based in Worcester, Massachusetts. Alright, so once again, talking more on MBSR, this mindfulness-based stress reduction, is aimed at helping individuals uncover and understand suppressing thoughts and emotions, feelings that can result in negative overt behaviors. It is an 8-week intensive course, and it involves mindfulness training, stretching, mindful yoga, group dialogue, home assignments, home practice manuals, and CDs. And it is shown to be effective in anxiety, depression, eating disorders, addictions, rheumatoid arthritis, hot flashes, suicide ideation, reducing all of these things as well as others as well. Alright, so there's further research support for this was done by I don't want to butcher these names, but Piyawan Surinrit, Titinan Oimnoi, and Somkiat Sangwatanaroj. So the study they did was carried out in Thailand on the impact of meditation. The interviews, the intervention was a 7-day traditional insight meditation retreat in Thailand. The final sample included 656 participants, 330 were experimental group, and 326 were the control group, respectively. And so they used validated versions of happiness and perceived stress scales for Thai people. And the magnitude of happiness and stress changes following intervention were determined by effect sizes, and they were used as the benchmark for interpreting the health status change between the baseline, which was prior to the test, and post-test. And the effect sizes for happiness and perceived stress were much larger for the group that meditated than for the group that were in the control group. And this was sourced from the Enhanced Happiness and Stress Alleviation Upon Insight Meditation Retreat, Mindfulness, a part of traditional Buddhist meditation article. Alright, so, and when we think about how does a topic relate to the religion you have chosen, well, as I said before, mindfulness is a central part of Buddhism and has been the topic of study for decades, longer than that actually. One individual who decided to find out more for himself was the Rear Admiral E.H. Shattock from the American Army. And Shattock, disillusioned with the futile frenzy of Western life, attempted spiritual peace through Eastern methods of meditation. In his book, which is called An Experiment in Mindfulness, he describes his 4-week experience in a Buddhist monastery in Burma and how the experience changed his life for the better. And we think about what beliefs or practices within the religious tradition intersect with the topic. Well, I mean, when you think about it, you've got Buddhism, and then the topic itself is like meditation for stress reduction. One of the ways it intersects is that both believe, well, because they're related to each other anyway, but that our internal environment can be controlled and doesn't need to depend on our external environment. Also that we can find inner peace and live happier lives through contemplation, and that the practice of meditation can help one become more mindful of the root of stress and manage it better. And there's been various studies and reports that have connected stress with the onset and the development of many other illnesses. So if stress can be the root of these things, then just ways of reducing stress in the first place can be a nice prevention. As they say, prevention is better than cure. Alright, so a process description in regards to how I picked out my experience. Well, my experience was a visit to the Shambhala Meditation Center in Brookline. I chose this because I wanted to experience the type of meditation used in my study. I found the center by doing an internet search on meditation centers in the area, and this center was highly recommended. And I attended this meeting on March 23rd, 2018. I collected the information from the experience by asking questions to the actual instructor, connecting with some of the other guests that were there, and taking notes of the reflection of the event post-event. So, review of my experience. So the experience began with the instructor introducing herself, the method of the meditation, followed by opening up the floor to attendees to find out what motivated them to attend. Now, the place was very comfortable. The cushions were all provided, and it was a very relaxed, comfortable, peaceful, serene environment, very contemporary as well. And what I learned Shambhala teachings were originally started by Chogyam Trungpa in Tibet. And the term Shambhala Buddhism was actually first coined by his son, Sakyong Mipham. Sakyong is a term given to the leader of this form of Buddhism at the time. And he actually brought it over to the States and kind of adapted it in the sense where it would be more adaptable to the Western way of life, because when they first came over and they tried to administer traditional Shambhala practices, it didn't actually work. Important point about this school of meditation is that it's not affiliated with any religion and is open and accepting to people from all faiths and walks of life. What surprised me was how simple the method was. I mean, it focused on 3 points: just your breathing, your posture, and just thinking, and that was it. And another thing that surprised me was that you actually do it with your eyes open. And they actually had some mandalas in there as well, like things that you can focus on that meant to help you meditate. So that was interesting to see those as well, the tapestry sort of a thing. Okay, so how does the experience and the literature connect, integrate, should I say? Well, the literature talks about the different ways in which mindfulness meditation has been weaponized to tackle and manage stress. And my experience involves similar exercises to that of the MBSR and MCBT, which were the two adaptations of the meditation mindfulness that we discussed earlier in this video. And my visit gave me more insight to this, as I definitely felt a lot less stressed after the meeting. And there was also something special and powerful about the corporate meditation experience, which enhanced the feeling of calmness. And a number of the attendees had said that they came to experience the benefits of energy generated in a group meditative setting. Alright, so in conclusion, I learned that Buddhism itself can be an important and useful addition to any religion without compromising your central beliefs. I also learned that meditation can be a very useful and effective tool in combating several illnesses, as well as stress management and reduction. So I guess to begin with, that I believe that maybe engaging in Buddhist practices would be considered as a form of idol worship, and thus would contradict my walk in my Christian faith. This project has changed that and informed me of even better ways of using this practice. From now on, I will look at meditation differently, and intend to use it as a common exercise in both reflection of scripture, my faith as a Christian, and as well as for stress reduction purposes, and maybe in my sport as well, maybe even trying to do some guided meditation when coaching as well. And thank you for listening.